Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
It's the podcast that actually has three hosts. I'm one of them, Robbie Koblentz, Guys of a Certain Age, in studio alongside
R. Shirley
and Jay Reed. Ooh, we're going fast.
Hit the ground running.
Was it? No, it was Easy Reader, not Speed Reader from the Electric Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which one was it? Easy Reader?
Easy Reader.
Yeah, but he could have been, you know.
Sped reading.
Sped reading? As opposed to spud reading,
yeah.
Which is where you take potatoes out and try to
Some comedian used
discern the future. Some comedian what?
He used to do a thing on sped reading, and he would do the whole thing real quickly. He like
that was
abbreviated words.
That was pretty good. What was the commercial where the guy would
FedEx guy, remember?
Yeah.
And that package has to be delivered absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't do it at all, but he was. I mean, it was real.
I don't think because that was way before AI.
Yeah, and they didn't speed it up much if they did at all.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all right, let's jump into some Geeks of the Week. Who wants to go first?
Let's let Jay go first.
What? Who are you?
Because you're still looking for one?
No, the bookmark that I had was a different story altogether. So,
wow, that's what they all say. So, Jay, what you got this week?
Well, I have sort of a little summary of this.
Okay, I got it. No,
okay. I knew that was coming. Do you really?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so right now we're sort of in the late spring, 2025, and we've got Fantastic Four coming, Thunderbolts coming. We just had Captain America, Superman's coming. So in the span of 3 or 4 months, there's a lot happening in the world of comic books.
The F1 movie too.
Oh, and that, which is not a comic book movie, I don't think.
But it might
anyway,
be.
But a good movie. So next spring.
He knows it's a good movie because he's already watched it.
That's right. He watched it. Watched it right around Christmas. The Rock's in it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did watch it. I absolutely saw the trailer.
Okay.
Slept on it.
Deep
and figured
breath.
Yeah.
Don't want to pass out.
So
this is the first time we've been together in
like 6 weeks. Yeah. It's his own version of AI. It's J.I.
I've had time to watch a lot of movies.
J-Live. No, just
the opposite of AI is J-Live.
It was not a lie.
That's what Hal said too.
It was just a bad memory. But anyway,
I watched some of 2001 last night. By the way,
I'm sorry, Art. I cannot do that.
You don't like?
Oh no.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, open the podcast doors, please, Dave.
Okay, what were you saying, Jay?
I was saying that this spring, lots of things happening. Next spring, lots of things are also happening. This series of events was triggered from something I saw that I don't think is true, but it'd be interesting to, we'll see later. So 2026 in the spring, one of the things that's happening is the Lanterns series will debut.
Yes. Hypothetically.
Well, I mean, yeah. So one of the guys that's in it, his name is Garrett Dillahunt, and he plays somebody like William Macon. But on his Instagram the other day, now he's not playing one of the Lanterns, but on his Instagram the other day, he has this picture of himself with a green mask and a hood and something like Ollie Ollie Oxenfree or something. So kind of spinning that he might be Green Arrow.
Yes, that's why I saw that same thing. Yeah.
And then took it down, and so there's a lot of chatter.
He would be a good.
The
Green
picture
Arrow.
was good.
Who is this guy? What's this guy?
Garrett Dillahunt.
And you would recognize him if you saw him because he's in a lot of stuff. He's actually we've been watching High Potential, the ABC series with Caitlin Olsen. She's not an Olsen. She's on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He's 60 years old. He can't be Green Lantern. He's
well,
too
I think
old.
he's.
When you reach that age, you should be put out to pasture, not do anything.
Yes.
So in 2 years, I will be not
hosting
this podcast. And Art, how are you doing?
I'm in complete agreement with him. And so.
Okay.
So anyway, that was just an interesting thing. So Lantern supposedly coming. I mean, they're still casting people. Guy Fillion or whatever his name is has been added to the cast, and so there's that.
You mean Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, that guy.
Who's going to play Guy Gardner?
That Guy Fillion is what I meant to say.
Have you guys seen? I don't know if it's fan art or not, but it's Fillion as Green Lantern with the dude playing Hal Jordan as Green Lantern in full costume. That's supposed to be the Stinger for Superman.
Oh no! But he's playing Guy Gardner. Fillion is.
Yeah. That's been confirmed. All right, I'm sorry.
So,
I knew that, but I
that-
mean, in the fan art, he is. He's not. They didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I combine the superhero name and the real name.
You weren't far off
I
at
wasn't
all.
far off. All right, so that's one thing that's happening. The other thing, I don't have any details, but there have been some pictures out from the filming of Supergirl. That's going to be out.
Yes.
And then the other thing, and Robbie, you can talk more about this probably, but the Star Wars celebration in Japan just happened. A friend of mine was there. I hope we'll get to talk to him later. But one of the things I saw there was that they announced Hayden Christensen will be Anakin in Ahsoka 2, which also is coming out.
This is an American podcast. We only speak American here.
But it was in Japan. It was in Japan.
Oh, okay, good.
So anyway, now that's just seemed like a big announcement, and people seem to be pretty excited about that. I'm rather neutral. I don't dislike him, but
Oh, I like him fun.
Yeah. And I think, Ahsoka 1, when he appeared in flashbacks, really
That was probably the best episode of the whole thing, right?
Yeah. And I think it really started to flesh out the Anakin Skywalker character quite a bit. So I'd love to see more of him. Yeah. There's also rumor that Natalie Portman might show up.
I've heard that.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
That would be super, super cool. So,
All right, so that's it. So looking forward to spring 2026.
Because now is not good enough for him.
He's always been so future based.
Yeah.
He's always, giving us geeks that are way off.
Yeah, that's right. Or imaginary.
Yeah.
Completely imaginary. So, I mean, I guess he would be peering into the future.
See, that's the thing. Ever since he realized he could see movies in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget AI. It's J-Lie. J-Lie. That's great. That's great. You want to do a geek?
Sure. Go for it.
You got one there?
Yes.
Art? You sure?
The
Did you find
BFI Film on Film event concert. That's not what it is. The BIV
British Film Institute.
Yeah. Film on Film. What am I trying to say? It's an event. It's
festival.
A festival. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's a film festival.
Okay. Got it.
And they are going to show for the first time in who knows how long the original theatrical cut of the 1977 Star Wars.
This little movie.
This little
art house movie.
Yeah, they got special permission. George Lucas had said, he thought all the copies were burned, I guess, never wanted them to be shown again. But they got special permission to do it. And so sometime this summer when the film festival is held, they will show the theatrical release again, for the first time probably,
in 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years at least.
Yeah. Because Han shot first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he actually, Han Solo shot only. He's the only person that shot.
That's right.
Greedo didn't shoot at all.
Because he could.
So that's what they were saying. They were talking about all the changes he made, and George Lucas says, "I'm sorry if people fell in love with the movie that was only half finished at the time. This is what I really wanted to do." Well, apparently it was much more than half finished, or much less than half finished, because he keeps updating it every 5 years or something. Oh yeah, this is what I really meant to do. I really wanted to have Greedo shoot first, and then I wanted to come back and have them shoot at the same time, and so. Anyway, but I would love to go over there and see it.
So
a road trip we could make, or a plane trip.
This summer?
Air trip. This summer. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay.
I think it's like literally tomorrow as we record this.
Is it really?
April 25th.
I thought it was this summer.
I could be lying to you because
never summer.
Well, I was looking for a date, and all I saw was summer. So you think it's tomorrow? I'm not going to make it.
I thought it was April 25th.
I'm not going to make it.
I could be completely
Dang
wrong.
it! Otherwise, I was in.
Some of the things that are interesting. So the BFI actually found this print. They had this print. It had been stored at 23 degrees Fahrenheit for years. So they'd had it for 4 decades, the British Film Institute. It's an original print. This is the version that hasn't been seen since 78. According to the Hollywood Reporter, this is the story reports the first time the original print has been publicly screened since December of 78.
Wow.
So should I get my VHS cassettes at home and put them in a 23-degree cooler?
Yes, you should.
You could, but it's not going to do anything because
I got nothing to play them on.
Because this is celluloid, not videotape. There's a difference.
Oh. It does make the Battle of Hoth seem more real.
So apparently, George George started tweaking with the theatrical releases of Star Wars in '81, so he couldn't keep his hands off.
But I understand wanting to improve what you've got, but and we've talked about this before, when you make fundamental changes to a character, I think you go beyond just adding special effects to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the special effects he added, I think the worst one to me is where Han has the meeting with Jabba the Hutt that they've added it back into it. Same dialogue that he has with Greedo, so that doesn't advance the story at all. And the special effects are laughable. Laughable.
They were so laughable. I mean, they were. I'm sorry, June 12th, 1 night only.
Oh, okay, June 12th.
So it's time if you guys start rowing your boat. You might be able to make it for the last act. So, but yeah, that would be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
I've got a VHS copy somewhere of the original.
I've got that DVD with the special. I mean, the extras on it include the theatrical release, untouched theatrical release.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
The DVD set came out.
It's not the special editions.
No, the special editions are on the main DVDs.
Yeah,
and then you've got like it's a disc of just extras, and each disc has the theatrical release of the first 3 of the trilogy.
Wow, should extract that baby as an MP4.
So we could just
it has
watch
been
it
extracted
here
as an
on
MP4
June or whatever.
Yeah. I thought I might have shared that knowledge with you at some point.
Much less a file.
Yes.
So, no, that's kind of cool. So, but yeah, I saw that. That would be a lot of fun to do. So,
yeah.
Let's keep with the Star Wars theme and Star Wars Celebration in
Yaban.
What was that?
So, just wrapped up, and they showed a lot of cool things there. What?
I was just laughing at the accent.
Oh, no, that wasn't accent. That's how I actually have to say
No,
it.
I'm talking about Jay's.
Oh, Jay. So mine was acceptable.
Yeah, that was fine.
But Jay.
What?
No.
The name of the country again?
Yaban.
Japan.
Nippon. Nippon
yeah.
is how, yeah. Wow. Okay. They showed a lot of stuff over Star Wars Celebration. They showed parts of Mandalorio. Yeah, that's Bolero.
Ah, the Mandalorian. It's me, Mandalorian.
Do you know?
That doesn't sound Japanese at all.
He doesn't say it's me, does he?
He doesn't say it's me. It's a me, Mario.
Yeah.
It's a me means super, right? Yeah.
Super Mario is
Yeah.
what he says. In what language?
Italian.
Oh, I thought it was Japanese.
No, he's Mario.
I know, but I thought the game was made in Japan.
It was by Nintendo.
Okay.
But he's saying, it's a Mia, Mario, Super Mario. So, Mandalorian and Grogu, which I've been hoping
Please
it gets
send any email if you are offended.
to Jay at eats18.com.
Oh,
J-Live.
right there.
Right there. I've been hoping they're going to change the name of the movie because the Mandalorian and Grogu sounds like a bad Starsky and Hutch ripoff from '78, But apparently that's what's going to happen. So, but they showed some footage which looks really good. Star Wars Starfighter.
Yes.
I wonder if he's
Ryan
the last
Gosling?
one. It's Ryan Gosling
Yeah, that's
directed.
what I saw somebody say.
Star Wars: The Last Starfighter, or The Rise of the Last Starfighter, directed by Sean Levy, who just had this little movie called Deadpool and Wolverine. So Ryan Gosling.
Is it going to be R-rated?
Oh, I don't know. It might be.
I think Marvel has a couple of R-rated movies coming out, but surely not Star Wars.
I don't think so.
No,
but
okay.
May 28th, 2027, a year after my birthday. A year after a day after my birthday. A day and a year after
the
my
only
birthday.
birthday he has.
That's it. Yeah. So Star Wars Visions is coming back. Did you guys watch that Star Wars Visions
I did
at all?
not. Did you, Jay?
The anime inspired. Anime is a popular form of entertainment in
Yaban.
Oh man. And so you had Tales of the Jedi, then Tales of the Empire. Now you're going to have Tales of the Underworld. Did either one of you guys watch any of the Tales of shorts, animated shorts?
I did not. Did you?
Nope.
So that's going to feature Cad Bane and Ventress as well. So we'll see where Cad Bane gets his nifty little hat. And there's going to be a Darth Maul Shadow Lord
Samuel
series.
Witwer is playing that part.
Yeah, I believe so. And so it's going to be somewhere between Clone Wars and Rebels, maybe. That's where it's going to be set. So, but we'll see a little bit about the Crimson Dawn Syndicate. If you remember at the end of Solo, Khaleesi, Emilia Clarke, reveals that she was working for Crimson Dawn through Darth Maul.
I thought you were going to say Japan again. Through Yaban.
Through
Yaban.
I'm going to extract that and I'm going to
just-
put it in, and we're going to see what else. And then you talked about Ahsoka season 2.
Yeah.
So, lots of Star Wars stuff.
So when does Mandalorian and Grogu come out?
Next year.
So add that to my list of an exciting.
That's right. Also, Star
2026.
Wars is coming back to Fortnite, in case you guys were, I believe the last time Star Wars was in Fortnite, the Emperor had a message out. And that
Oh,
was,
yes. Gosh, that's been a while.
I could be completely wrong. So, but anyway, yeah.
He explained how he came back. Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Do any of your kids still play Fortnite?
Don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know.
My boys will jump on Fortnite. They've gone back to Farmville. No, Clash of Clans, whatever.
Yeah.
They've gone back to Clash of Clans.
I'll ask Will.
Jacob's doing the Switch, and he's got a bunch of games that like you work through.
That's what, Will's
like,
doing that
like
too.
there's an end point to the game, and he
Yeah.
works through to the end point.
So Switch is his platform of choice. Nintendo Switch.
Right now.
That's what, Will and Drew both are doing that.
Yeah. So the Switch is kind of an interesting beast in and of that, it's portable, but you can
and
also,
you can also hook it into TV.
yeah, but the graphics firepower is not nearly as good as a PlayStation.
And I don't
product.
think people care about that. I think they're okay with the kind of retro feel to it.
Yeah. So it's kind of got a little Game Boy-esque.
Yeah.
Did either one of you guys have a Game Boy?
No, my kids did.
My kids did, yeah, but
I had a Game Boy.
yeah, I did not.
Yeah, I guess that's how much younger than you two are.
I had the Coleco football game. That's the last one. I
Oh,
had.
that was high. That was high cotton. I couldn't afford one of those. On our side of town. No, only special people had that.
We would fold up a piece of paper,
yeah,
do a
exactly.
triangle.
Flick it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or spitballs.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. You probably had your share of those too, didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
How many times did you get sent to detention for spitballs, Jay?
None.
None?
No.
Did you ever get sent to detention, Mrs. Reed? We need you to fact check this.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever went to detention. I did get licks one time for being late too many times.
Ooh.
But
Oh.
that's about it.
Ooh. Wow. How old were you when?
Were you driving yourself?
Junior high,
Yeah.
Wow.
like about eighth or ninth grade. I can't
8th or 9th grade.
remember.
Corporal punishment.
At
Yeah.
8th or 9th grade.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Wow. That didn't happen where I came from. Probably 6th grade was the end of the paddling.
Yeah. I don't remember getting paddled after 6th grade.
Yeah. But before 6th grade, every day for him.
We just go out to the rock quarry and break rocks up.
Well, the worst part of it is that the teacher that did it was fairly big
I think Jay
fella.
thinks I was serious. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the teacher that witnessed it was my English teacher, Mr.
Yikes.
Zickafus, and he was like, "Oh, Reed, getting a beating." You know,
What?
That's just the way he talked.
Old Reed. getting
Oh,
a
Reed, I
beating.
never thought I'd see this. Like, I didn't either. So here we are.
Made you want to go to?
Yaban.
I'm going to work it in every way
Every
possible.
time.
Every way possible. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to finally talk about this thing we went to go see like 6 weeks ago that wasn't in.
Yaban.
And we're back, a little time ago, as Art's kicking back, reading the comic shop news. A little time ago, the three of us and our female companions journeyed to Memphis.
Wives. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, they jumped on that one really
right.
quick.
AKA wives.
Wow. So I saw your wife yesterday, Art. by
She
the way.
said, yeah.
Popped
She
in to
did
see her. So, but as we were shooting a project at her place of employment. So, but I didn't go to Melissa's place of employment yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you go near it a lot, though, when you stop at the bakery.
Yeah, I don't stop at the bakery nearly like I used to. So, but anyway, we went to Memphis to go see Hamilton,
I thought he was going to say Japan.
which is not in.
Yaban.
Okay.
It's funny to us.
Yeah. And it is our podcast, so you can turn it off. But please don't, or come back. So, finally went to go see a musical with you two guys, and it's something that Bunny and I had tried to see in London a few years ago.
England. Not Australia like that.
Britain.
Wow.
God blimey, you sold in England, did you? No, you didn't.
No, I did not. So, but let's talk Hamilton. What did you guys think of
Hamilton?
Lin-Manuel Miranda's masterpiece?
I thought it was great. I probably enjoyed it more. That's the second time I've seen it live.
Okay, where'd you see
We
it?
saw it in New Orleans.
Okay.
And
At the Sanger?
no, it wasn't at the Sanger. I can't remember where it was.
But there was a bunch of singers. Go ahead.
Especially at the Grammys.
Got to jump in when I can.
But we had no idea. We hadn't heard a bit of the music, didn't know anything, and could not follow it. It's so fast paced. It was just very hard for us to imagine. It's hard for me to understand, and I can't speak. But it was hard for us to really follow what was going on. Probably
That was probably before it came out on
well
Disney.
before. Yeah,
okay.
well before. And then so when it did come out on Disney, we watched it over and over again and just loved it, and it got to where we felt like we knew every word of it. So seeing it this time was really good, and I think I mentioned this when we were there. It seems to me like they're casting people that have a similarity to the people that are in the Disney thing. They sounded more like them. In most cases, they kind of looked a bit more like them. With some exceptions, George Washington was different.
Yeah,
brought a kind of a Southern gospel sound to George Washington, or One More Time rather. But I thought it was great.
Yeah.
By the way, Leslie Odom Jr., who originated the role of Aaron Burr, is doing a limited run with the Broadway production this fall.
Mm-hmm.
By the
I
way.
thought I saw he was coming
October
back.
through November, or some dates in there.
Actually, September through November.
September, okay.
Yeah, September 9th through November 23rd.
Yeah, because Becky really wants to go see that. That's
You
her
should go
favorite.
see that.
That's her favorite, and our anniversary would be in there. We haven't been back to New York in probably 10 years, so it'd be a good time to go.
Or you could just go to,
Yaban.
Yeah, that would be fun too.
Is it playing there?
who knows?
Probably.
Probably, I would think
Yeah.
so. There's like 6 companies
Yeah.
of Hamilton
Okay.
touring. There's a European, an English company, a couple American companies, the Broadway run. There's a ton of companies.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just think of the money.
He's raking in.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, or the producers are raking in.
Well, it's an expensive show to to
It
produce
is.
anyway. But anyway, so you liked it the second time better.
Yeah, and Becky was ready to go see it again. It was like she could have gone the next day to watch it again.
I couldn't have, but you know. Well, Jay, what did you think? And this was your first time.
This
seeing
is
it.
my first time to see it live. I'd watched I guess really my first interaction with the music. My kids knew it. And
Okay.
just from...
Yeah.
And every now and then I'll listen. Once in a while, I'll listen like Sirius XM Broadway or something. So I'd heard some of the music and, recognized what it was. And then watched it on Disney. But even on Disney, the first time, I was having trouble following.
Yeah.
So not long after that debut, they put out a sing-along version. So before we went to Memphis, we watched that so we could at least see what we're big subtitles people anyway. So to see the words and everything was really helpful.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the live version was just so much better.
Yeah, just the energy of it.
I think so. There's just something about the staging, and I guess you saw it on TV. They get the close-ups of the characters, and I like that. I don't dislike that, but everything was from the same perspective. Seeing it from the theater and decent seats. I think we had really good seats.
Yeah.
We did.
We didn't watch the sing along until afterwards, and then realized, wow, we still didn't know what that line actually said. So that was because it moved very quickly.
It does.
Yeah.
But I think we all sort of agreed that the George Washington guy was pretty awesome. One of our favorites throughout our group. But
And the guy that played Hamilton was a better singer than Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No offense.
and the ladies, the sisters, all the sisters,
They sounded great.
terrific.
Yeah. There really wasn't anybody bad in the whole group. The King was great, I thought.
Yeah, I was pumped.
And as Robbie said, didn't spit nearly as much.
Yeah. Of course, we were far enough back that wouldn't have been an issue for.
And I would have, I don't know if I'd go back the next day, but like Les Mis, I can see Les Mis over and over again.
that's
and
what-
I think I'd be happy to see this one again too.
Yeah, so like I said, we are thinking about going to see it in New York. I guess
You
we
should.
need to act soon if we're going to.
You really, really need to do it. So I really enjoyed it. I think I've told you guys before, I've been tracking Hamilton for a long time because I heard an NPR story about this new Broadway, well, it was off Broadway at that point, musical, I believe, and fusing rock and hip hop and all these elements into a historical story based upon Chekhov's Hamilton. His autobiography, his biography of Hamilton, which I just come off reading the John Adams by McCullough, and had seen the John Adams limited series on HBO, and it's like, oh, this will be cool, and then start pulling music. Really enjoyed it. Had gone through, but had not seen it in person until we saw it, but had watched the Disney production several times. So the rest of my family was completely bored with the Disney production of Hamilton. So what did you guys think about the production value in venue?
Oh, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I couldn't tell any. It just as good as what I saw on the TV screen.
So you guys have been to a lot more musicals than I have. That was a pretty extensive stage, right?
Yeah.
So
I was wondering, because they had that spinning disc in the middle that was so key to everything, and I guess they just. They bring that in. That's certainly not something that the Orpheum has, right?
No, that's part of their package. It's just like when you see Les Mis now, there's moving sets and all, so they bring that whole thing in there. And the other thing is, Broadway stages are not very big, so it's not like you have to go in and do something. Oh, we can't do this. And a lot of times, like the Sanger or the Orpheum, they may have a stage that's bigger than what some of the stages are in Broadway. Now, some of the, I'm sure, more modern theaters are probably bigger, but a lot of them you go into, like when we saw Les Mis, it's a small venue.
Because rent prices are so high on Broadway.
And they're going to show them. I mean, they're going to stay there. A successful play is going to stay there for so long a run that it's going to get people in the seats. They'd rather sell the seats out and have multiple shows.
Yeah. That's got to be, you're doing a show a night, you're doing two matinees, you're doing a matinee and a Saturday night, then you're doing a Sunday matinee, then you're dark the rest of Sunday and dark Monday.
Yeah, generally 8 shows because you've got
that's crazy.
Maybe 7, but it seems like you have, like you said, 2 matinees, a Saturday and Sunday, 2 matinees.
Yeah.
And then dark on Monday.
Yeah, but you're dark on Sunday night as well.
Oh, okay. So you're doing,
aren't you?
You're doing 3 shows over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
You guys should know.
Yeah.
That
You're getting Saturday and Sunday. You're getting 3 shows, and then you've got 4 during the weekday. So that's 7. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just, the effort that they put into those songs. I know they're professionals, so, they're taking care of their voices and all that stuff, but it was just to imagine trying to do that at that level.
You're constantly moving for almost 3 hours.
Yeah. And singing, full voice for that long. And some characters, obviously have, fewer songs to sing. The king doesn't have a whole lot to sing, so that's maybe not.
And the king, listen, I'm glad you brought that up because the king in the original was just so classic.
Yeah.
I was afraid that it wouldn't be as good, but I did like the guy that.
And the king was the main thing I remember about the first show we saw, because he was just really good. So I think they do a pretty good job.
Sorry, that's it.
Go ahead.
We're trying to.
That's as far as I can go. So anyway,
the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay.
Ooh,
go ahead.
I don't know.
You didn't spit it out.
I need the subtitles.
Yeah, you need subtitles. That was really.
You cry.
Wow.
I can't remember the rest of it.
Jonathan Groff was great in that role.
He is excellent.
And he ended up on Doctor Who through a 2-3 episode arc.
Really?
Ncuti Gat was first season. So that was
the king. Still a great name.
No, not as the king. He was a time agent.
Okay.
So I just kind of want.
And he was on Suits.
Was he on Suits?
Maybe not Suits. Maybe one of those other ones.
He was in Mindhunter.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Frozen, Hamilton, Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah.
He was,
I get him confused with the guy that played the spirit that's in Suits.
Oh, Gabriel.
Yes, Macht.
He was great. This could have been a Geeks. Suits LA premiered this week.
Oh, I thought it'd been out for a while.
I thought it just premiered. I could be wrong. We haven't seen each other to correct each other in a while. So,
starring the former Green Arrow.
Yeah, Stephen Amell. Yeah, his wrestling career didn't work out quite like he planned it. So, but anyway, yeah. So, how did you? Obviously, Becky loved it.
Yeah.
Your female companion, Jay?
My wife also enjoyed it. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah, she didn't. I mean, there's nothing to tell there. She liked it.
Yeah. Nobody fell asleep. I didn't fall asleep.
No.
So
You didn't?
no, I was kind of pleased at that. So,
What about Bonnie? Did Bonnie like it?
Bonnie liked it quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So she enjoys plays and musicals and things of that nature. So, but
And let's just say, I mean, as far as the companions and the post Hamilton events, I mean,
it could have been a lot better.
we had.
whoops.
I really enjoyed. We went to BB King's on Beale Street afterwards.
Yes.
And had a really great table overlooking the stage, and had some
A live band, yeah.
live band. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I mean, the
I
food
enjoyed it,
was
especially
okay.
since we paid for it.
Yeah,
Right.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Boy,
But they were good. They were very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. And then we saw of course, being a drummer, I love seeing that drum line on Beale Street. And then the most fun part
Memphis
was when we
Grizzlies.
lost Becky. That was the
Oh,
most.
thanks, Jay. I'll let her know that. That was the highlight of your evening.
He's about to go.
That was the funniest part.
We lost Art's female companion.
Yeah.
We
That's
had
right.
So me and Robbie and Melissa were walking back towards the hotel and Airbnb and all that, and Art,
Bonnie, and Becky decided to walk down to the end of it.
Right.
Becky decided no, she would stop at a place. So we go. We figured she just had headed back to meet y'all.
Right.
And we apparently blew past her when we were catching up with y'all. And I go,
yeah. So we look around and there's Art and Bonnie and like, where's Becky? He's like, what?
She's not with
Yeah.
you.
You've never seen a man get on the phone so fast.
But fortunately, she answered, so that was good.
Is that uncommon that she answers that fast?
Yeah, she doesn't usually.
Yeah. I thought it was only me. But yeah,
Fun night.
That was a lot of fun. And we had cocktails, even though the place we went, they would not serve. What's that?
It was odd. The way they did things was odd.
Yeah. So we're sitting at like a lounge area and like, oh, we don't serve food there. I'm like, what are you talking about? Let me just get it to go and I'll sit.
The place was SOB and now he's cussing on the podcast.
I had forgotten the name of the place.
Yeah. What was the name of the place?
Well, SOB, south of Beale.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bread pudding was okay. So you guys liked your drinks, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah. Those who had alcoholic drinks.
You didn't?
No. But the bread pudding was okay. It was adequate. So, but I just didn't really like the way they were. Boy, I could go on a rant about a local restaurant here from a couple nights ago, but I'm not going to do that.
We'll hear that after the show.
On mic. So, would you guys go see Hamilton again, Jay?
100% yes.
Would you travel to New York to see it?
I would. Yeah.
What about going to
Yaban?
Sorry, I was trying to work away. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
My Lauren and Charlie are going to Japan this summer or this fall. Yeah, they've got a friend there. It's in the military. They're going to go visit.
Make sure they know how to say it.
I will.
So when they go there, they go, hey, we're so glad to be in.
Yeah, make sure they don't cause an international incident because they're mimicking you. So that's the thing.
They know better.
Yeah, they know better than to mimic you. So
Now I'm feeling like I should go to New York. I should say, Becky, let's go ahead and go.
I think you should. I think you should.
Shut it down.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You should make it a surprise trip.
Trying to save some money. We're trying to retire.
Yeah.
I'm a guy of a certain age now.
Yeah, you really are. And then we'll have to get a new host, I guess.
Gosh. Yeah.
Somebody else, because he'll be off traveling, enjoying retirement. A text to
Host Emeritus.
So what are y'all, 5 years apart?
I'm 54. You are 58?
I'm 57 at the moment.
57.
Okay, so
when are
you're
you
only
58?
In August.
Yeah, so he and I are
3 years apart.
3 year and a couple months apart.
Your birthday hasn't come up, and his birthday hasn't come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my next birthday has not happened. I've had lots of birthdays
Oh, yeah.
since. Yeah.
Not as many as I have.
Boy, need to get a fire permit for your candles. Oh, need to talk to the fire department to make sure it's safe. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah, that's the way it goes. So, All right. Any other Hamilton thoughts? I mean, so if you can't see it, we would recommend the Disney Plus.
Yes.
Jay would recommend the Disney Plus sing-along edition.
for sure.
And I will say about the Disney Plus,
Which is also known as closed captioning.
Closed captioning, but they do have a
No.
bouncing.
This is not closed captioning. This has the bouncing.
Oh, I know,
What is
but
it?
it's the
What do they use anything special?
It's they do. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a ball, but there was something.
There's a tray.
Okay.
They use Trahand Pro, I believe, is the font, and but it's the exact same piece from closed captioning. I mean, the same text file.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up. I'll tell you what they're doing. Who's watching? I'm watching. Has anybody watched Andor yet?
No,
I watched the
started to watch it.
first episode last night.
Oh, you did?
How was it?
I'm looking forward to the next one.
So you been watching The Last of Us?
Not yet.
My mother is watching.
Your mother is watching the last. You are joking.
I'm not.
Man,
She said
because we were sitting there going, "Oh, this is just brutal."
The other night
the
she-
language alone is brutal.
about a week ago.
We have changed, Mrs.
Yeah.
Reed.
About 2 weeks ago, she goes, I need something new to watch. What about The Last of Us?
Is she cranking back a brew and watching
And
it
I
at
said,
the same time?
well, I don't know that you'll like it, but here's
So she started. She's first season.
She watched the first couple of episodes and said, I'm hooked.
We may be done.
So season 2, she started.
So they're using Trahand Pro as the font. They're going from white to yellow as the word happens, and they're bouncing with the star. Or white to gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
And then-
the star.
And when they've got and when they've got two,
Singers.
they're doing gold on the right, white to blue on the left.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting. You may be done with Last of Us, huh?
Yeah,
Like you're not going to watch the rest of it? Or
that's what I mean.
Is it a Walking Dead done with type of thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So you just too foul or too...
I'm not at liberty to disclose any more information.
Okay.
Okay.
But
boy.
I think Robbie's onto something.
Yeah. Well, I know what happens in episode 2. I
You
was
do?
wondering when that
Okay.
was. Because remember, we had Jonah Holland on.
See, I don't remember him telling me that, but I had seen a spoiler, so I knew what happened too.
Yeah.
And so I was prepared for it. I'll watch it. I'll continue to watch. I'm just kidding, because it was not Glenn level.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But it was. I mean, Glenn level was just
I'm
still
gonna be-
disturbing.
I'm really curious how they're going to propel the story along versus the video game. So,
Did you play the video game?
no.
I know Jonah.
No, Jonah. Remember Jonah saying Last of Us Part 2 was his favorite creative thing ever.
Yes, I was telling somebody at work that the other day. It was saying this is how much he liked it. So yeah.
Pivoting off Last of Us, what about Daredevil Born Again? I've got 3 more episodes.
I
Did you
finished
finish
it. Yeah.
What'd you think?
Remember, we talked about it last week, and I just
Well,
thought it was
yeah.
kind of. I know it was last week.
It was last week.
Jay wasn't here last week, so I'll tell Jay. It was just, it started off, I thought it was going to be really good, and it just seemed like it took forever to get to the conclusion. And then when you did, it felt like, well, I feel like we're at the halfway point of the story, and we could have told this story. So there seems to be a lot of filler.
I think I'm 5 episodes in.
Yeah, I'm probably 5
And
episodes.
I really like it. I think I just love the actor in this character. And I didn't watch
Charlie
the whole-
Cox?
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole
Netflix
series on Netflix. I watched enough of it to get a gist. But really liking this one.
Somebody does a thing of, it's a comedian that does every episode of Daredevil. And it's like he's in the Daredevil costume first. He's going, where's Fisk? Then the other one is like, what's the wife's name?
I can't remember. Vanessa?
Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I need to take care of the city. I can't be with you right now. It's like, but you're like, this is every episode. And then
That's pretty good,
and
actually.
then-
You're doing a really good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Cox is like the lawyer, and he's going, we're fighting for something. But it's every episode.
Yeah.
I got old. I kept waiting for it to advance.
It's very comic book-esque, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But,
I mean,
I
don't know.
It
Source
did not
material.
live up to the hype.
And I didn't read Daredevil at all growing
I
up.
did. I kind of got into a Daredevil kick for a
But I
while.
like the idea of, his super enhanced senses as a blind
I
person.
always felt Daredevil was the Marvel version of Batman and not Moon Knight.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
So, I mean, Moon
Of
Knight.
course, I never really knew Moon Knight. I mean, he kind of came in, later than my comic book reading, and then Disney series was okay, but I certainly didn't get a Batman vibe from him.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either. So, all right, and who watched Andor?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah,
you haven't watched it yet.
we were going to watch it.
But I need to go back. I know that they did a recap.
Yeah, that's what I want to
Disney.
watch.
Yeah.
I need to go back. I recognized all the people, but they keep talking
And
about
you loved it
things.
when they came back.
Yeah.
No way out. No. One way out. One way out. Remember that from?
No.
You don't remember that from Andor when?
That's what I mean. I remember the people, but they kept talking about things that.
And probably the greatest monologue in Star Wars history.
Oh yeah,
yeah, where he's talking about my hate is burning like a sun. I'll never see. I have to be evil so that I can preserve what is good. I mean, yeah,
very good. It's got the highest Rotten Tomatoes score of any Star Wars property.
Yeah.
So.
I really, really like it. So I'm going to watch. I've got to.
And they dropped 3 episodes, 2 episodes.
Yeah, 3 episodes.
Okay.
I've got to shoot in Seattle with a plane.
You're going to Seattle?
I'm going to Seattle next week. Please don't travel next week, Art. Please just go between West Point and Starkville. Really? Seriously?
I have no plans to travel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Smithville.
He was going to England, but you shot that down.
Yeah. Yeah. I think his accent shot that down. So, but anyway. All right.
And mine didn't. All right.
Well, your accent's going to have other repercussions, I'm sure. So stay tuned. We'll talk about that next week. See you then.